Today we consider practical on initial and final setting time of cement. Initial and final setting time of cement. Now, it is always necessary to know initial setting time and final setting time of cement for what? For concreting process. So it is always necessary to know what is initial setting time and what is the final setting time of your cement for the concreting process, because within the initial setting time your concreting should be done, and final setting time means the point at which the plasticity of your concrete start to lose. That point is basically called as final setting time of your cement. Now, to identify the initial setting time and final setting time, we are again going to utilize this weekend apparatus. So this is the weekend apparatus. Again, in the previous class we discussed this is the plunger. This is plunger of your weekend apparatus. This is the hydraulic jack of that weekend apparatus, and this is the hydraulic pump. It's oil is spilled over there, and this is the plunger. Now we are going to fix, and this complete assembly is basically called as weekend apparatus. Now over here we are going to fix the needle. We are going to fix the needle. Now there are three types of needle as we seen in the previous lecture. So this needle is basically called as standard consistency needle. Standard consistency needle. Second one, this is initial setting time needle. This one is initial setting time needle. The cross section area of this needle is 1 mm square. The cross section area of this needle is 1 mm square. And second one, this is the final setting time needle. In this final setting time needle, this is called as attachment. So there is a needle and there is an attachment, and the diameter of this attachment is 5 mm. The diameter of attachment is 5 mm. So the needle is consist of this is initial setting time needle. This is initial setting time needle. Second needle is this is final setting time needle. This is final setting time needle, and this is called as attachment. This is called as attachment. It is remains same. Now in this attachment, if you can visualize this attachment, this needle is passed through the attachment and some projection is there. Some projection is provided over there. So this is initial setting time needle, this is final setting time needle, and remember, this initial setting time and final setting time are to be calculated after the calculation of your standard consistency of cement. Once you get the standard consistency of cement, from that value, we are calculating the actual amount of water that will be required for the calculation. Now, cement. So this is the cement which we are going to have for the test. This is the cement which we have for the test, and the standard consistency of this cement, is already checked, is already assessed. So standard consistency of cement, standard consistency of this cement, which is considered for the testing, is P, represented by P, and from our calculation, the standard consistency is 30%. Standard consistency is 30%. Now, what is 30% indicate? This 30% indicate that it is that percentage of water which allow to penetrate your needle up to 30 to 35 mm from top, and if you can consider from the bottom, then it is 7 to 5 mm from bottom. From bottom. So this is your, and this is the penetration of needle. Now this total height is 40 mm. This total height is 40 mm. Total height of, this is BTech mode. This height is 40 mm. This height is 40 mm. Now, when this needle is penetrated, then this is the penetration measured from top. This is penetration of needle measured from top, and this is the penetration of needle. This is penetration of needle measured from bottom. This is the penetration of needle measured from the bottom. Is it okay? So when at what water content we are getting this value of this value, that water content is this 30%. Means this 30% consider this. This 30% is considered this criteria. So we already know this. Now, for initial setting time and final setting time, so water, addition of water for initial setting time and final setting time. Initial setting time and final setting time is equals to 0.85% of P. 0.85% of P. This is the addition of water required. Now, 0.85% of P. Therefore, from our calculation point of view, now this is 0.85. 0.85 multiplied by our P value is 30%. So this is 30 divided by 100 multiplied by. Now, for initial setting time, we require 400 gram of cement. So therefore, it is 400 gram of cement. This is 400 gram of cement, and from this, if we do this calculation, if we do this calculation, 0.85 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 400, then we require 102 ml of water. We require 102 ml of water. So this is the first step. We calculate how much amount of water is required for the testing of or for the assessment of initial setting time and final setting time. Only single sample is prepared for this and this. After initial setting time, we are going for final setting time. Is it okay? Now, second one. Two things we require. So cement is equals to 400 gram and water is equals to 102 ml. So consider this. Yes. Now, for this test, the table is first time and penetration of needle. Penetration of needle measured from bottom. You may measure it from top also, you may measure it from top also, but we are measuring from bottom. So time is, we are considering 5 minutes. So time is in minute. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and so on. And so on. Now, for this experiment, you require stopwatch. Now, this is the tray. This tray consists of this cement, 400 gram of cement, and then we are measuring. This 102 ml of water. As soon as you are going to add the water, start your stopwatch. As soon as you are going to add the water, start your stopwatch. So the time should be measured. Initial setting time or final setting time should be measured at a point where you are going to add water to your cement. Is it okay? So add that water and start your stopwatch. And cement, secondly, when you are mixing this water with cement, that process is basically called as gauging time, and this gauging time should not more than 3 minutes to 5 minutes. It is below 3 minutes. And then whatever the mix you are getting, that mix should be filled up in this Vicat mold, which is placed over this glass plate, particular glass plate. So this water is added. So as you are going to add the water, start your stopwatch. That's it. And then this mix should be done within stopwatch is started. Should not add the water more than this, whatever we calculated. Then mix it properly. This is called as cutting process. Remember, this process should be completed within 3 minutes. So when we actually perform the practical, that time we are doing it on platform. Everyone do it in case of lab. If possible, in next semester we will try to do this experiment if time permits. After this, add this to this Vicat mold. So this is Vicat mold. This is Vicat mold. We are adding this cement to the Vicat mold. Tapping. It is not necessary that 400 gram of cement is going into your Vicat mold. This Vicat mold is filled completely. Now we have to do it tapping. This is called tapping to remove the air voids. Okay. After doing this tapping, पकडायला आवश्यक असंच पकड इथे दिसतं. After doing this tapping, after doing this, fix this initial setting time needle. This is the initial setting time needle. This is initial setting time needle. Fix. Now this initial setting time needle is fixed over there. Okay. Head go. Lock करा चला. So first you have to do the lock. Okay. After this, just at the time of removing, now just see, we are considering this plunger, and now we are going to remove after 5 minutes, and then it will go down, and whatever the readings we are getting over here, that reading we should note it down, and that reading should be measured from the bottom. So suppose that reading we have to measure from the bottom. So this bottom reading, we are going to measure. Now suppose the initial for 5 minutes, say reading is 0, 10 minutes again 0, 15 minutes again 0. Means that needle is directly moved down. So from top 40 and from bottom 0. We are getting the 0 reading. Okay. For 20 mm, suppose 1 mm from 22, again 1 from 30, say 3 from 35, suppose 5. So this is the penetration we are going to measure. From what? This is the penetration we are measuring from the bottom. So 3 mm or 5 mm means now your needle goes up to this, and this is the 5 mm you are getting. And if you measure from the top, then it is 35. So at a time at which you are getting the bottom reading of this, is 5 to 7. That time is basically called as initial setting time of this particular cement. So in this case, suppose that initial setting time is 35. Initial setting time is 35. Now what is initial setting time 35 means? Initial setting time 35 means your cement remain in plastic condition, and within this time period, when you are mixing this cement in your concrete, or when you are doing the concreting process, then at the time of pouring the water into the ingredients of concrete, and then mixing the concrete, and then transporting that particular concrete, and then pouring the concrete at your structural member, within this span, your concrete should not start to settle or should not start to gain the strength. So that basically meaning. So according to Podal provision, initial setting time should not be less than 30 minutes. Initial setting time should not less than 30 minutes. Initial setting time should not less than 30 minutes. Why 30 minutes? Because this 30 minutes is a time required for concreting activities. This is the time required for concreting activities. Right? So this is the first point. Now second point, when you get that particular initial setting time, it may be 35, 40, 45, 50, depend upon the type of cement. Once you are getting this, so table is time start from the point at which you are going to add the water, and then you are measuring the penetration of needle measured from the bottom. You may measure from the top. If you are measuring from the top, so instead of 0 there is 40. So if you are measuring from top, then this is 40, this is 40, this is 40, this is 39, this is 39, this is 37, this is 35, this is say 33. If you are measuring from the top, once this is finished, once you get the initial setting time, now just remove this needle. Just remove this needle and consider the another needle. That is, this is the final setting time needle, and place this final setting time needle to this. Mix remain same. Mix remain same. This is not going to change. Only thing is you are going to change the needle. You are going to change the needle. Again, time is measured from the point at which you are going to add the water. So stopwatch will be continuing. Now in this case, when the cement is not settled, when cement is not set, when cement is not set, and final setting time needle is imposed over the needle, over the cement paste, then what happened? There is attachment. This is needle, and this one is attachment, and this diameter is 0.5, and this is the needle extended. So when there is a no final setting time is achieved, then you are getting the impression of in this way. You are getting the impression in this way. What this indicates? This is attachment, and this is needle. Attachment means this part, and needle means this part. So this is the impression. This is impression created on cement paste. The impression created on cement paste means there is attachment annularly plus this needle. Now what happened? With the passage of time, your cement start to gain this strength and become hard. So with the passage of time, now cement start to give resistance to the impression of annular ring. So what happened? After 10 minutes interval, you are going to check whether you are getting the needle plus impression. If you are getting, then final setting time is not achieved. Again repeat after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Till the impression of attachment is not appear on your cement paste. So repeat at say 10-minute interval. Repeat at 10-minute interval. What? Check whether you are getting, check whether you are getting this impression or not. If you are getting the impression, it means final setting time is not. So repeat at 10-minute interval till impression of what? Attachment is disappeared, and only impression of needle is shown. Means suppose this is pipette apparatus top view, then you are going to see only a needle impression. only a needle impression. So this impression is not there. This impression is not there. And the time at which only needle impression is occurring at the top of your this cement test, that particular time is basically called as final setting time. That particular time is called as final setting time. And according to the model provision, final setting time should not more than 600 minutes. Final setting time should not be more than 600 minutes. Means within 10 hours or 600 minutes, your cement should be start to set, or it should be set. So this is the necessity and how we are going to perform the initial setting time and final setting time of this cement. Initial setting time and final setting time of cement. So we'll stop over there. Again, simple thing is here. We have to do the calculations. Time, this, remember, final setting time is again time measured from the point at which you are going to add water. Till we are getting this. We are getting this. So this is the first second and third practical suppose. Next time we are going to see soundness and aggregate. Soundness and aggregate. Is it okay? So thank you. If any doubt, you can directly call, or you can through your group you can ask your doubt related to this particular topic or related to any point of concrete technology. Is it okay? So thank you.